कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरधरधारी जय गोपी जन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंद यमुनतीरावनचारि यमुनतीरावनचारि यमुना जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, bhagavatam ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaskrityam Naran Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye. Mr. Price over Leshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Sloke Bhakti Bhagavate Nastiti Kusumo Sudam Bhagavate Dharmayam Divisa Kalota Sudhisami Saprana Kudana Visa. So today reading from Canto Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 8, text number 27. Mukhena lokarti harasmitena parispurat kundala manditena Tunaitena dharabhimbavasa Praten hayantam sunasena sudva. Mukhena lokarti harasmitena parispurat kundala manditena Tunaitena dharabhimbavasa प्रत्यंहयन्तं सुनसेन शुभ्रा मुखेन लोकातिहरस्मितेन परिस्फुरत्कुण्डलमण्डितेन तृणायितेनाधरबिम्बभासा प्रत्यंहयन्तं सुनसेन शुभ्रा मुखेन लोकातिहरस्मितेन परिस्फुरत्कुण्डलमण्डितेन तृणायितेनाधरबिम्बभासा प्रत्यंहयन्तं सुनसेन शुभ्रा मुखेन लोकातिहस्मितेन परिस्फुरत्कुण्डलमण्डितेन गुणायितेनाधरबिम्बभासा प्रत्येनयन्तं सुनसेन शुभ्रा मुखेन लोकाद्यरस्मितेन परिस्फुरत्कुण्डलमण्डितेन गुणायितेनाधरबिम्बभासा प्रत्येनयन्तं सुनसेन शुभ्रा. Word by word translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, teacher. Mukena, by a gesture of the face. Loka Arti Hara, vanquisher of the distress of the devotees. Mitena, by smiling. Varispurat, dazzling. Kundala, earrings. Manditena, decorated with. Unayitena, acknowledging. Ahara, of his lips. Bimba, reflection. Vasa, rays. Pratyarhayentam, reciprocating. Tunasena, nose. Dhruva, eyebrows. Translation. He prays the service of the devotees and vanquishes their distress. Smile. The reflection of his face, decorated with earrings, was so pleasing because it dazzled with the rays from his lips, his nose, and eyebrows. Repeat. He also acknowledged the service of the devotees and vanquished their distress by his beautiful smile. The reflection of his face, decorated with earrings, was so pleasing because it dazzled with the rays from his lips and the beauty of his nose and eyebrows. How did the Lord look and what he did by that look is what is explained in this verse, that he acknowledged the service of the devotees. When Brahma saw the Lord raise his feet, lotus feet, and showed him. So this is how he acknowledged the service of the devotees. and he gives the suitable benefits the devotee is asking for. So here in this verse, same thing is repeated. He acknowledges the service of the devotees and vanquish their distress. Brahma wanted to create, and by Lord revealing in his mind everything that person needs to know, he vanquished the distress of Brahma for not achieving success in his endeavor. So now his face and earrings and lips are uh, they are explained over here. The reflection of his face decorated with earrings was so pleasing because it dazzled with the rays from his lips. The Lord's lips also has a uh, great dazzling rays. So these rays from his lips decorate, uh, beautify his face even more. And the earrings, the Lord's earrings are like the sharp-shaped rings with these dazzle, dazzling rays from his lips, even increase his beauty and the beauty of his nose and eyebrows. The Lord has a prominent nose and he has very beautiful eyebrows. So combine everything made even much more beautiful and pleasing to the heart. Purport. Devotional service to the Lord is very much obliging to him. There are many transcendentals in different fields of spiritual activities, but devotional service to the Lord is unique. Devotees do not ask anything from the Lord in exchange for their service. Even the most desirable liberation is refused by devotees, although offered by the Lord. Thus, the Lord becomes a kind of debtor to the devotees, and he can only try to repay the devotee's service with his ever enchanting smile. The devotees are ever satisfied by the smiling face of the Lord, and they become enlivened. And by seeing the devotee so enlivened, the Lord himself is further satisfied. So there is continuous transcendental competition between the Lord and his devotees by such reciprocation of service and acknowledgement. So mukti or liberation is sought by everyone because this world is full of miseries and where everybody is trying to get out of the miseries. But the miseries does not go away. That's why everybody is wanting a mukti or liberation. There are four kinds of liberation: becoming one, having a form just like the Lord, or living in a same planet, and becoming one of his associates. Like this, there are four kinds of different liberation, five kind of different liberations. But pure devotees doesn't even seek uh, want this five kind of liberation. They just want to serve the Lord and nothing else. Although Lord automatically gives these liberations to the devotees who are surrendered to Him, but devotees don't want it. As for other people who are advancing in transcendental knowledge, they all are mad after getting the liberation because this world has lots of difficulties every single second. That's why people want to be free from all these difficulties. And then these difficulties can only be overcome by liberating ourselves from this world and going back home, back to Godhead, is where the free from miseries is. As long as there is a material mind and material body, there is always a misery, and this misery forces one to accept the path of where is there is peace, where there is happiness. So that's why most people always look for liberation. They always talk about this word liberation. You know, people don't who haven't come to Krishna consciousness also know the word liberation. So although these are liberation is unique, but devotees don't want it. Devotees don't want to exchange anything, leaving the service of the Lord. Although Lord offers the devotees this kind of mukti also. But the Lord, when devotees don't want to accept anything, the Lord becomes debtor. He wants to pay back the devotees who have put so much endeavor to please him. So then the only thing that remains is the beauty of the Lord. The beauty of the Lord attracts the devotee's heart, and then the Lord also likes the devotee's endeavor, and this way there is a service exchange. The Lord becomes pleasing to the devotee's heart, and then devotee is dear to the Lord's heart. So this is how the service is exchanged at the last stage. So in Goloka Vrindavan Dham, devotees are happy, singing, dancing for the Lord's pleasure, and Lord is happy giving them uh, his audience and his uh, ever enchanting smile. Lord Krishna is Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu is always said to be always smiling. His face is always smiling. So this smile uh, enchants the devotee's heart, and they can think of him and become ecstatic by seeing the beauty of the Lord. Seeing the devotees so enlivened, the Lord himself is further satisfied. So when the Lord sees the devotee is enlivened by looking at him, the Lord becomes more satisfied, and they become enlivened. And by seeing the devotee so enlivened, the Lord himself further is satisfied. So there is continuous transcendental competition between the Lord and his devotees by such reciprocation of service and acknowledgement. So it's kind of a competition that remains between the Lord and the devotees, that who can please more, whether devotees by his service and surrender pleases the Lord more, or Lord by his beautiful smile and his enchanting form, uh, giving that special attraction to the devotees, the Lord makes the devotees more satisfied. The more you love the Lord, the more He gives more attractiveness. So this way, devotees are in various bhavas, starting from lower bhava to sometime becoming attracted and other time not becoming attracted. This sort of thing is the preliminary stages when we fully know the Krishna consciousness. But as we progress, then this bhava, the attraction to the Lord becomes more prominent and prominent and prominent, and eventually Radharani is 24 hours in Mahabhav. So there are many other devotees who are in a different stage of various bhavas. So according to their surrender and their bhava, the Lord also reciprocates same way. E thamam prapadyante tamsu thaiva bhajamiham. As one surrenders unto me, I reward them accordingly. So the more advanced devotees, the more Mahabhava are there. Just like Lord Chaitanya exhibited such Mahabhava almost all the time at the end of his life. And then same with Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami and all others are also in the same mood at that particular time. So this special attraction to the Lord continues for the devotees, never ending. It's a continuous attraction to the Lord for forever. And then Lord also reciprocates forever with the devotees. And when it becomes continuous without a break, that devotee is eligible to remain within the association of the Lord in the spiritual planet. Because those devotees who live in the spiritual planet, they are always in the Mahabhava most of the time. And over here, various time when Satogun is prominent, the mode of goodness is prominent, devotees feels good and his attraction to the Lord increases. But then in this world there is passion and ignorance. When passion and ignorance overtakes our mind, then form of the Lord is not so attractive as it was when we were in the mode of goodness. So that is the time when we have to be careful how we deal with the service of the Lord. According to our mood, service also changes. So when we are in a mood of goodness, that time service is beautiful, description of the Lord is beautiful, and various other activities are all beautiful. But when passion and ignorance takes over, then that same service does not become as attractive as before. So that's why mode of goodness is more pleasing to the devotees. That's why we eat vegetarian food. We live in the association of devotees. We live near the holy tham or in the temple of the Lord. So this thing increases the mode of goodness. And in this way, if we are in the mode of goodness, then we can increase our love for the Lord as we progress daily activities. Everything that is done in the service of the Lord is all in the mode of goodness. But if there is a thing of selfishness, then there is some passion and ignorance is involved. But as long as everything is offered in the service of the Lord, then everything becomes spiritual and mode of goodness is start to take over the devotee's mind. Let's read a little more. Kadamba kinjal kapisa pisanga vasasa sulankritam mekhalayani tambe harena chananta dhanena vatsa stivatsa vatsesthala vallabhena. O my dear Vidura, the Lord's waist was covered with yellow cloth resembling the saffron dust of the kadamba flower, encircled by a decorated belt. His chest was decorated with this Srivatsa marking and the necklace of unlimited value. Beauty is explained here. This beauty of the Lord was seen by Lord Brahma in his meditation. So here it shows the Lord's waist was covered with yellow cloth. The Lord always wear a yellow cloth. Whenever it comes to the Lord's cloth, it always in the scripture it always says yellow cloth is the one that Lord always wears. This yellow cloth resembles this saffron dust of the kadamba flower. So kadamba flower is uh, yellowish, so that dust on that flower, which is a saffron, that's how the Lord's cloth was. And it was encircled by a well-decorated belt. The Lord also has a belt in his waist, but the belt is decorated by various jewelries. His chest was decorated with the Srivatsa marking. This is a special marking on the Lord's uh, chest. It is called Srivatsa, a necklace of unlimited value. The Lord also wears a Vajanti, the necklace of unlimited value. Everything that Lord wears is of unlimited value. The clothes, the earrings, the belt, everything that Lord wears are of unlimited value. They have no comparison. In fact, these various ornaments are also personalities. Various personalities they like to stay with the Lord, so the Lord wears them, but they are all person. परार्धक्ययूरमणि प्रवेक परेस्तदुण्डर सहस्र शाखाम् अव्यक्तमूलं भुवनाङ्घ्रिपेन्द्र महीन्द्र भोगैरदिवीतबल्सम्. As a sandalwood tree is decorated with fragrant flowers and branches and the branches. The Lord's body was decorated with valuable jewels and pearls. He was the self-situated tree, the lord of all others in the universe. And as a sandalwood tree is covered with many snakes, so the Lord's body was also covered by the roots of Ananta. So this verse explains, compares the Lord's beauty with various flowers. Sandalwood tree, the chandan that we use every day. Chandan flower is decorated with fragrant flowers and branches, just like sandalwood is decorated with flowers and branches. Lord's body is also decorated with valuable jewel and pearls. Jewels and pearls, if we were to compare the Lord's beauty with the mountain, mountain has sandalwood trees, and sandalwood trees have branches and flowers. Same way, the Lord's body was decorated with many jewels and ornaments, pearls. There are many various kind of pearls, diamond, silver, gold, and many other rubies, and many other valuable pearls are there. So these are in the Lord. Lord is decorated with these various ornaments. He was a self-situated tree. So just like we compare the mountain as the Lord, same way now it is compared like he is a self-situated tree, the Lord of all others in the universe. The universe has many thousands, billions of living entities, but the Lord is only one, and it is that same Lord of all others. And as a sandalwood tree is covered with many snakes, so the Lord's body was also covered by the roots of Ananta. Usually sandalwood tree has always snakes, because it has very beautiful smell. So the snakes are always there uh, guarding the trees. The same way the Lord is covered by Ananta Sesa. Ananta Sesa is the chief of the Nagas. Among the various Nagas, Ananta Dev is the Lord himself. So the Lord's body is always protected by Ananta Dev. There is a, he covers the Lord with his roots. But the Ananta Dev is also Lord's expansion. The word Abhyakta Moolam is significant here. Generally, no one can see the roots of a tree, but as far as the Lord is concerned, he is the root of himself, because there is no other separate cause of his standing but he himself. In the Vedas, it is said that the Lord is Swasraya Sraya. He is his own support, and there is no other support for him. Therefore, Abhyakta means the Supreme Lord himself and no one else. So, here the word Abhyakta, Abhyakta Moolam Bhuvanangri Pendra, the word has come. So Prabhupada gives Abhyakta Moolam means no one but one Supreme Lord, the root of all the trees. If we were to compare the Lord with the tree, the Lord is the tree himself and its roots. He is the root of himself because there is no other separate cause of his standing. The Lord is there, but there is no other supporting thing. He himself is full in himself of his standing, but he himself. In the Vedas, it is said that the Lord is Prosrasrayam. He is his own support. Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajan. Anadir Adir Govinda. He has no another one. Sarvakarana Karanam. He is the cause of all causes. The same thing is here. Swasrasraya means here there is no other support, but he himself is the support for himself. So he is the support and no one else is. So there is no other cause beside him. Sometimes people ask, who made God? You know, somebody must be making the God. That's how people usually ask. But there is no answer to that. God Himself is there and He is Himself in full. There is no other support. He Himself is support to Himself. So that's how He is causeless. He is the ultimate cause of everything. Vedas also explain this that Lord is the cause of Himself and there is no cause born after Him. तरातरोको भगवन्महीन्द्र महीन्द्रबन्धुं सलिलोपगूढम् किरीटसाहस्रहिरण्यशृङ्ग महावीर्भवत् कौस्तुभरत्नगर्भम्. Like a great mountain, the Lord stands as the abode for all moving and non-moving living entities. He is the friend of the snakes because Lord Ananta is his friend. As a mountain has thousands of golden peaks, so the Lord was seen with the thousands of golden helmeted hoods of Anantanaga. And as a mountain is sometimes filled with jewels, so also his transcendental body was fully decorated with valuable jewels. As a mountain is sometimes submerged in the ocean water, so the Lord is sometimes submerged in the water of devastation. Brahmaji's vision, how he saw the Lord, is explained here, and what is his qualities. He saw the Lord in his heart, but who is he is what is further explained here. Comparing the mountain, the Lord is compared like a great mountain. So he is the Lord stands as the abode of all moving and non-moving living entities. Moving living entities like those who have the life, and non-moving like the stones and earth. So the Lord is the abode, abode for all moving and non-moving entities. The Lord is considered a friend of snakes. Although everybody is a friend to the Lord, but here because there is always snake besides him, that's why he is the friend of the snakes. He likes to stay in the bed of a snake. A great Ananta Sesa. Lord Ananta is his friend where the Lord rests. Just like mountain has thousands of golden peaks, a great mountain has many peaks. So this just like golden mountain has many peaks, same way the Lord is decorated with many thousand hoods of Lord Anantanaga. Anantanaga is the bed for the Lord, and Anantanaga has many hoods, and then these hoods have jewels. So the Lord is covered by many thousands of helmeted hoods of Anantanaga. And as a mountain is sometimes filled with jewels, yeah, the mountain, beautiful mountain that are mentioned in the scriptures, especially that are mentioned seven islands, there are many mountains. Over here in the Earth planet, our mountains have some gold inside, some of the mountains, some gold and silver, copper, is sort of inside them. So, but the real mountain that are mentioned in Bhagavatam have many jewelries inside them. So, just like mountain has many jewels, so the Lord's body is fully decorated by valuable jewels, and these jewels are on the hood of Anantasesa. Mountain is sometimes submerged in the ocean water, so the Lord is sometimes submerged in the water of devastation. A rare situation when the Lord does the annihilation, that time sometimes the Lord likes to submerge himself in the devastation water, but then he is always there outside of the water. So everything mentioned here is only to compare the Lord's beauty, how he is. He is very beautiful. Everything around him, paraphernalia, personalities, clothes, everything is all decorating the Lord and enhancing his beauty. The Ananta Sesa enhances his beauty. The Lord has jewelries on his body, his nose, his fingernails have rays. So these things all beautifies the Lord more and more. His beauty is excellent. निबीतमाम्राय मधुत्व्रतश्रिया सुकीर्तिमया वनमालया हरिम् सुरेन्दुभाग्यज्ञगमं त्रिधामभिः परिक्रमत्राधनिकैर्दुरासदम्. Lord Brahma, thus looking upon the Lord in the shape of a mountain, concluded that he was Hari, the personality of Godhead. He saw that the garland of flowers on his chest glorified him with Vedic wisdom in sweet songs and looked very beautiful. He was protected by the Sudarsana wheel for fighting, and even the sun, moon, air, fire, etc. could not have access to him. Further explanation of the Lord, how he looked. So the Brahma looking upon the Lord, he is actually meditating. He is meditating, and in his heart, this scene was revealed. When he saw the Lord like this, like a great mountain decorated with many flowers and fruits and jewelries and everything, just like the uh, Lord looked like that. So finally Brahma concluded this is Hari, the Lord of the universe. So this understanding was given to him eventually because Brahma is a special living entity. He is meant for conducting creation in this world. So Brahma has some intelligence. So he can understand this is the supreme person. Hari means supreme person. So what he saw a flower garland on his chest, glorified him with Vedic wisdom. This flower represents the Vedic mantras and meters and various songs. He saw that the garland of flowers on his chest glorified him with Vedic wisdom in sweet songs and looked very beautiful. The Vedic verses are all in the form of a song, just like this Bhagavatam, most of the verses sound like a song. So Vedic wisdom is filled with songs. So the flower appear to be like the Vedic songs and look very beautiful. When it is placed in the Lord's neck, it looks very beautiful. He was protected by Sudarsana wheel for fighting. For the protection of the of himself, the Lord always keeps a Sudarsana disc. Sudarsana disc is the time. This time that is passing day and night represents the Sudarsana chakra of the Lord. No one can check the time because it is the personal weapon of the Lord. Time is the Sudarsana wheel. And even the sun, moon, air, fire, etc. could not have access to him. So the Lord was situated in such a way that there is no access for material element to touch the Lord over there. Lord is self-situated and he doesn't need to stand on anything. So even the fire, sun, moon, air, etc., these eight elements could not, they don't have the access to touch the Lord at that time. When the Lord is sleeping on the Ananta Sesha's wood, enjoying his pastimes, these material elements have no access. Let's finish these two more verses. तर्ह्योपतन्ना विसरसरोजमात्मानमम्ब श्वसनं वियच्च तदर्श देवो जगतो विधाता नाथ परम लोक visarga drishti. When Lord Brahma, the maker of the universal destination, Thus saw the Lord, he simultaneously glanced over creation. Lord Brahma saw the lake in Lord Vishnu's navel and the lotus flower, as well as the devastating water, the drying air, and the sky, all become visible to him. So now Lord Brahma has the intention to create. So because of that desire in his heart, he saw the Lord. So Brahma is explained here as the maker of the universal destination. He makes the destination for everybody. So our destination is already pre-arranged by Lord Brahma. How we're going to live, what we're going to perform throughout our life. It's all predestined by Lord Brahma. He is the maker of the universal destination. So he saw the Lord, and at the same time he glanced over the creation. He wants to create. In fact, this whole situation evolved to create because of living entities' desire. These living entities want to further develop themselves to go closer to the Lord. So because of that, the universal subtotal pushed through the navel of Lord Vishnu and it took a form of a lotus flower. And in that lotus, Brahma was created. Brahma was born. So this Brahma creates everybody. And now he is looking over the creation, creative force. So what he saw? Lord Brahma saw the lake in the Lord Vishnu's navel. Finally, he was able to see the lake in the Lord Vishnu's navel, and also the lotus flower, as well as devastating water, the drying air, and the sky all become visible to him. Before, when he was investigating in his own without taking shelter of the Lord, he could do nothing. But now, after the vision of the Lord in his heart, he could see everything what is there. He could see the navel of the Lord where the, the lotus has sprang. He saw the lotus flower in full, which is a gigantic universal universe, and he also saw a devastating water because this is a pralaya samay, the time of devastation. So he could see the devastating water. Although previous verse says that the lotus already dry up the entire devastating water, but Brahmaji could see it and drying air. Now because the water was there, so air drying the water and the sky all become visible. Everything that a creation needs is all become visible. So now, by the meditation on the Supreme Person for many thousands of years, Brahma could achieve this position. He could see all the ingredients that are necessary for creation. Water, air, earth, everything was there, plus the Lord Himself in the great universal lotus flower, everything become visible to him. कर्मबीजं रजसोपरक्त प्रजा शिशिच्छन्निय देवसृष्ट्वा अस्तोद्दिसर्गाभिमुखस्तमिज्यमव्यक्तवर्मन्त्य वर्त्मन्यभिवेशितात्मा. Lord Brahma, thus being surcharged with the mode of passion, became inclined to create, and after seeing the five causes of creation indicated by the personality of Godhead, he began to offer him his respectful prayers on the path of creative mentality. So finally, Lord Brahma is surcharged with the mode of passion. He is the god of passion. Brahma is. So now he became inclined towards creating because everybody wants to become further advanced. So Brahma is become inclined towards creation, and he also saw the five causes of creation, which were indicated by the Lord Himself, and now he want to offer respectful obeisances by prayers to the Supreme Lord in the form of creative mentality. It's called the manifestation of Brahma from the Lord Vishnu. Next chapter starts with prayers for creative energy. So what are the creative energy? Everything will be explained in the further verses. So now he becomes very enthusiastic. Brahma is becoming enthusiastic to create, and he also saw the ingredients uh, for cause of creation. Everything is all he saw, and now he wants to start his prayers to the Supreme Lord in the form of creative mentality. Even if one is in the material mode of passion to create something in the world, he has to take shelter of the Supreme for the necessary energy. This is the path of the successful termination of any attempt. So even if you have the ingredients, if you pray to Lord, then you become success. Without prayers, without taking shelter of the Lord, even if you have ingredients, you cannot create something very successful. Just like many scientists and philosophers have created various kind of theories and various kind of weapons and various kinds of many useful useful things, but there is no such great value on them. People don't give such great value. But but if it is utilized in the service of the Lord, then it has a value. The same way to do the creation, Brahma had everything, but then without the mercy of the Lord, this thing is not possible. Even if he has ingredient, he cannot properly create, because later on in our various chapters we will see that many times Brahma also becomes perplexed in creating, and then various things appears. So that's why first of all, before he start to create, he want to do the prayers to the Lord and satisfy him fully. And only after the full satisfaction of the Lord, then he will create. So that's why he start to pray to the Lord in a humble mood. Oh, is that right? तुम्हें भागवतम की जय। सेल्फ मिल जाता है। बराबर फैमिली। Oh my God. Okay.
सब में ये आप कर दीजिए।